Hey everyone, let's make some oxtail together. So of course, my oxtail was seasoned overnight really well. So in the pot, I just put a little oil, then I'm gonna add brown sugar, and you just wanna allow this to melt and get a nice, beautiful caramel. That's gonna add a little flavor and color to the oxtail. So once it melts, you're not gonna wait until it gets black like the bottled browning, okay? Beautiful, looking nice and melted. That's when you go in with the oxtail, okay? So we're just gonna get some color on all sides. So lay them in there. Once you get some color, flip them over. If you're doing a large amount, then you can do these pieces, then take them out of the pot and add the rest, okay? So you're just trying to get some color on there. Some people actually don't do this step. They just fry the oxtail, but I prefer to do this. It's more satisfying to me. I enjoy this way. So once it gets color on both sides, we are going to be moving on to the next steps. And just take a look at this piece. Look at how beautiful that is. Really glossy and brown. Nice. Once we've gotten that lovely color on all of the pieces of oxtail, then we're going to add water. If you don't want to add water, you can start by just putting on the lid and letting it cook down in its own juices. But I just went ahead and went in straight with the water. All right. So go ahead, add that in there. And then those are the juices from the bowl it marinated in. Then you want to just put on the lid and allow it to simmer. Okay. You can add water along in the way if you feel like the water is drying out. So once this is mostly tender, that's when you go in with more flavor. So I have garlic. This is tomato and bell peppers. Scallion and thyme, of course. Fresh thyme, please. No dry thyme. This is allspice. You can crush it if you prefer. And of course, Scotch bonnet. Cut it up if you want it to be spicier. Then I add some onions. And this is just a little ketchup and some Grace fish and meat sauce. I also add a little soy sauce. And then you're going to put on the lid and let this cook again, right? You want the oxtail to absorb all of that flavor. Once you let that simmer down and everything is looking nice, then you go ahead and add the beans, okay? So these are butter beans. They are already cooked. It comes in the can. You just drain it, rinse it, add it straight in there. This increases the nutritive value, but it also adds a little thickness to the gravy too. So right now the oxtail is completely cooked. It's nice and tender. Just let it simmer. It gets a little thicker. The beans have absorbed that gravy flavor and your oxtail is ready to go. This was perfect. It had a lot of flavor. It is juicy. It is tender without falling apart. Because of course you want to do low to medium heat. Don't do high heat or else your meat will be stringy instead of tender. Okay. The gravy is good to go. Of course, if you want to add a slurry of cornstarch and water or flour and water, you could do that. It's not necessary. It's a choice. All right. My favorite thing to have this with is rice and peas, of course. But you can have it with mashed potatoes. You could, have it with plain rice. But that's my favorite thing to have it with. Some rice and peas done Jamaican style with lots of coconut milk in there. I also made a fresh coleslaw to go with it, or as we call it in Jamaica, some raw veg, carrot, cabbage, a little cucumber, bell peppers. But look at how gorgeous that oxtail is, though. Lots of flavor, beautiful, just glistening. Let me know in the comment section if you have to have beans in your oxtail or if you're happy without the beans. Thank you so much for joining me as usual. Take care.